He had mastered the Vedas. He knew grammar, astronomy, rituals, music, mathematics, history, warfare, philosophy. Kings respected him. Sages welcomed him. When the gods listened when he spoke, yet one very day, this very great sage walked silently into the forest, searching for someone. Because despite knowing everything, he could not speak one terrible truth that he rather was still unhappy. This, this is the story of Narada, and the question that shattered the meaning of knowledge itself. There lived a celestial sage, Narada. People knew him as the traveler between the worlds, the messenger of the gods, the master of wisdom and the knower of scriptures. He moved freely between kings, sages, heavens, and cosmic realms. No ordinary scholar could stand before him because Narad had studied all the four Vedas, the Rig Veda, the Yajur Veda, the Sam Veda, and the Atharva Veda. Grammar, astronomy, rituals, music, mathematics, ethics, warfare, logic, philosophy, and countless sacred sciences. What he possessed was what most humans spend lifetimes chasing: knowledge. And yet, inside him, there was unrest. Not intellectual confusion, and neither a lack of information, but rather something deeper, a silent emptiness. The kind that appears late at night when all achievements lose their taste. Narada realized something terrifying. Knowledge had informed his mind, but it had not freed his very soul. And so one day, the great sage went searching for something greater than himself. And deep within the stillness of the forest lived the great sage, Sanatkumara. Unlike Narad, Sanatkumara was not someone who was very famous among kings. He did not travel the worlds, he did not debate scholars. He simply existed in silence. And sometimes silence hides a wisdom greater than all the worlds. And so did Narada approach him, rather with humility, not as a teacher, but rather as a seeker. And then something remarkable happened. The great Narada, the master of knowledge, bowed his head and said, "Teach me, O Sanatkumara." Sanatkumara looked at him calmly and replied, "Tell me first what you already know, Narada." And Narada began listing everything that he had mastered: the Vedas, the sciences, the arts, the rituals, the philosophies, and the very sacred hymns. The list seemed endless, but after speaking for a very long time, Narada finally confessed, "But I know all these things, yet I do not know the very self. I've heard that one who knows the self crosses beyond sorrow, but does still live in sorrow." And this very moment is one of the most profound moments in all the Upanishad. Because the problem was not ignorance, the problem was rather identification. Narada had filled his mind, but had never discovered who was aware of the mind itself. Sanatkumara listened patiently. Then he said something rather very astonishing. "Everything you know is merely name. Name, just name." The sage was not insulting knowledge. He rather was revealing its limitations. Words can describe reality, but are not reality itself. You can memorize every single scripture about water and still die of thirst. You can study consciousness for decades and still never experience your true nature. Sanatkumara began guiding Narada upward, step by step, beyond words, beyond concepts, beyond intellect, beyond memory, and beyond every single thought. Each level was shown to be limited. Speech depends on mind. Mind depends on intention. Intention depends on awareness, and awareness itself points towards something beyond all mental activity. Something infinite, and the Upanishads calls it Bhuma, or the infinite. Sanatkumara declared, "Only the infinite is true happiness. There is no happiness in the limited." And this very sentence struck Narada deeply, because for the very first time, he understood why achievement never satisfied him. Everything limited eventually collapses, be it wealth, praise, status, intellect, power, and even identity. The finite can entertain the mind, but it cannot complete the very soul. And perhaps this ancient conversation has never been more relevant than today. Modern humanity has accumulated unimaginable information. We carry more knowledge in our phones than ancient kings possessed in libraries. We know science, psychology, technology, politics, economics, and endless streams of information, and yet anxiety rises, depression rises, loneliness rises. Because information is not wisdom, and stimulation is not peace. The world teaches us know more, achieve more, become more. But the Upanishads ask a terrifyingly different question. Who is the one seeking all this? The question changes everything. Because the seeker itself becomes the very mystery. Sanatkumara then revealed the heart of the teaching. The infinite is not somewhere else, not hidden in heaven, not waiting after death. The infinite is the very essence of consciousness itself, that which sees through your eyes, hears through your ears, witnesses your thoughts, and remains present through walking, dream, and deep sleep. The self, not the ego, neither the personality, and not memory, but rather pure awareness itself. The sages declared, the infinite alone is bliss. Because the infinite lacks nothing, and suffering begins the very moment consciousness identifies itself as something small. A body, a role, a success, a failure, a story. Narada had accumulated knowledge without dissolving the illusion of separation. And that is why he remained restless. Sanatkumara was not giving him new information. What he was doing was rather dissolving false identity. The Upanishad does not describe dramatic miracles. No cosmic explosion, no heavenly vision, only understanding. Silent, direct, transformative understanding. Narada came seeking answers, but what he truly found was the end of seeking itself. Because the one searching for completion had always been the infinite already. And this very realization changes how one sees life itself. The world no longer becomes a battlefield for validation or a race for identity. What it becomes is rather an expression of the same consciousness appearing in countless forms. And perhaps this is the real tragedy of human life. Not that we know too little, but rather that we spend our lives knowing everything except ourselves. The ancient sages understood something modern civilization often forgets. A mind filled with information can still contain an empty heart. And so the story of Narada remains eternal, because somewhere inside every human being, there is still a silent question. After everything I achieve, why do I still feel incomplete? And the Upanishads answered him gently, because what you seek is not outside you. It never was. If you enjoyed this very journey into the wisdom of the Upanishads, subscribe to Eternal Tandav for more stories where philosophy becomes experience. Hara Hara Mahadev.